What's going on, you guys? What is going on? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Belle Collective Season 6, Episode 5. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, and I am trying to do the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on now? Y'all know that my review was like a day late because of the fact that I went to the Brandy and Monica concert last night, which I thoroughly enjoyed for the most part, up until the very end. I started feeling bad towards the end of the show. And that is one of the reasons why I didn't go to work today because I was listen, we didn't get home until late. And then on top of that, I wasn't feeling too good. And I knew that if I went to work feeling the way that I was feeling, then it wasn't gonna work. However, I'm a little bit better right now. But as you can see, my energy is down. It's not really high energy at this moment right now. But I'm gonna give you guys the best review that I know how. But yes, I'm not feeling my best, but I'm here. Be on the lookout for a review on the Boys Mind Tour. I may do it today or I may do it tomorrow. It really depends. But yeah, so I'm gonna try my best to give you guys the best review that I know how while I'm feeling like this. I just came back from the store and I got me some meds to take and things like that. So, you know, we're gonna get through this review though. We're gonna get through it. For those of you who don't know, pre-sale books are still going out. I only have a few more left to go, which is very promising. I'm almost done sending these books out. It's a lot of y'all from Texas that's buying my book, and I'm just like, oh my God, Texas love me, don't they? Texas really holds me down because it's a lot of people from Texas that is like people from Texas, people from Maryland. Those are the main people that's buying my book. Then I have people from New York buying it. Like when you put when it's like when you're sending these books out and you see all these different people, it's kind of like, okay, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah. Ask for Sudafed from the pharmacist. Give them your ID. You'll be good in one day. Listen, okay, like I'm better than what I was around 3 o'clock this morning because I had to be at work at 5 a.m. and I already knew that if I came into work today, it just wasn't gonna be good. My attitude was gonna be bad. Dealing with customers, dealing with management, dealing with no, it just wasn't gonna be good. So, normally I could just get up and go to work and just truck along even when I'm not feeling my best. But at this point, I gotta start thinking about me. Because when you really think about it, these jobs really don't give a damn about you like that. They only care about what you can bring them. They don't really care about you. Like they want you to be at work when you're sick. They want you to be at work when you're grieving. They want you to be at work when you're not mentally in the best of spaces. So if you want to be real about the situation, you know what I'm saying? It's just like for me, it's like I just need to do what's best for me. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, I got 8 hours of sleep, something that I haven't been able to do for the last couple of months. And I'm sleepy right now. I think that after this live, I'm probably gonna go back. I can't go back to sleep after this live because I gotta watch the Braxtons too. But I actually got a solid 8 hours of sleep today. I haven't had 8 hours of sleep in God knows how long. I'm always running off of 3 hours of sleep and going to work, sipping on 2 Red Bulls, and then pushing on with my day. Like that's how I've been surviving. I haven't had like a great 7 or 8 hours of sleep in quite some time now. So yeah. Working in retail is hard AF. I have worked in retail over 16 years as a manager. That issue's draining. Yeah, it really is. It really is. But I might just do another live a story time about that. And stuff like that because yeah, it's too much. But anyway, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get into this review. Said what they say. You did what's best for you. Please, rest up, please, Scotty. Thank you so much. But we're about to go ahead and get into this review, which is for Belle Collective, honey. We're about to go ahead and get into the things of the things right now. Let me see what's going on right now. I got my notes right here on my phone, on my cellular device. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the things like right now. Okay. So let's get into it. Now, let me put my phone out. Pull my phone out real quick. Okay. So we open up the show with Carrie, Paul, and Letitia. They're at the park. And what I'm assuming is that they're at the park by the reservoir and they're having like a crawfish boil. And Letitia pops up and Carrie tries to teach Letitia how to eat crawfish. Let me tell y'all something. I don't like crawfish. I don't even want nobody to tell me how to eat crawfish. The shit just look like roaches and it's nasty. I'm just like, well, I can't say that it's nasty because I ain't never had it before, but I'm scared of that shit. It look like some roaches, and I don't want to eat it. I'm just being honest. You got to suck heads off. I don't want to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they already think that everybody from Mississippi country is fucking. That's all we eat all day is crawfish. No, I'm a country boy, but I ain't that goddamn country to the fact that to the point to where I'm eating crawfish. I don't like crawfish. It just don't do it for me. I don't like crawfish. Um, Marie arrives and then Selena arrives, right? So then after that, Marie asked Carrie, did she invite Latrice and Tambra? Carrie said she didn't invite Latrice and Tambra because she wanted peace. And I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I was immediately pissed off when she said that. Immediately pissed off. Why? Because you say you didn't invite Latrice and Tambra because you wanted peace, right? So my thing about it is, so you felt like you couldn't have no peace if Tambra was here? Latrice, I can understand, but what Tamara got to do with it? And then on top of that, it's just giving you picking sides. Like that's what it's giving, because you really ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like you ain't got nothing to do with what's going on between Letitia and Latrice. You ain't got shit to do with that. But here you go, already picking the side, and you only picking a side because she's the so-called nucleus of this group. So that's the only reason why you picking a side. I just got to be honest with y'all. I am very, very irritated with everybody coming to Letitia's defense. And I'm very, very irritated with everybody making Letitia out to be this victim. It's so mind boggling to me. And I don't quite understand why the people are trying to make her be the victim that she really wants to be. I don't feel bad for Letitia in the least bit. Don't care. And my thing is that I just feel like I want peace. I want peace. So you chose not to invite Latrice and Tamara because you wanted peace. But then you got motherfuckers around that have been causing raising hell since the show started. And I'm speaking of Letitia and Marie. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's just crazy to me how Letitia is getting all this sympathy as if Letitia did not do this very thing to somebody else. And I know y'all probably tired of me repeating myself. I know y'all are. I know y'all probably tired of me saying the same old points over and over again. And that is okay if you are tired. That's okay. Because if I was watching me, I'd probably be tired of me repeating it too. But I just got to drill this in people's heads and let them know that everybody's full of shit right now. Everybody's wiping Letitia's tears. Everybody's like feeling so sorry for her and feeling bad for her. Oh my gosh, she was humiliated and she was this and she was that. But nobody had that energy for Tambra. Nobody felt any kind of way about the way that Tambra felt. No one cared about how they dug up her past. Nobody cared about the fact that they forced Tysha on her. Nobody cared about how they was doing all that other stuff. Nobody cared about that. All this stuff that Letitia is preaching about, how what she wouldn't do, she already did it to somebody else. And I don't know if Glenn has done hypnosis on her ass and she just forgotten everything that she's done. But baby, I ain't forgot. That's why I don't feel bad for you. I don't give a fuck if Amanda sucked his dick from sun up to sundown. I don't care. This ain't nothing but your karma. You have dug up other people's past, you've spoken on other people's marriages, and made other people's marriages the target of this show. But now that it's your goddamn marriage, now you want to feel some type of way. Letitia, fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you in the clique you claim. And when I say fuck you in the clique you claim, I'm talking about anybody that's feeling sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for her ass in the least bit. And I promise you, this ain't got nothing to do with Latrice. This ain't got nothing to do with me knowing Latrice. This ain't got nothing to do with me being cool with Latrice. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's about the fact that she been a fake ass motherfucker from the jump. She been fake. Been fake. But it's easier to blame Latrice to keep from holding your nigga accountable for what the fuck he did. But yeah, Carrie already picking sides, and I don't like that. But continuing, so Selena says that she spoke to Latrice and Tambra, and she feels like Tisha needs to talk to Latrice. But Letitia ain't gonna talk to Latrice. She don't want to talk to Latrice because if she talks to her, then she's gonna have to realize that she's doing the most and that her husband is the problem and not really not really Latrice. But they'll do anything to keep from not, to keep to continue to blame Latrice. Oh, they're gonna always find a reason to blame her every single time. They're gonna always do that. No matter what happens or no matter what goes on, they're going to blame her. Like, it don't matter what it is. If it's global warming, it's gonna be Latrice's fault. If the Twin Towers fall again, it's all Latrice's fault. They're gonna blame everything on her. Carrie presents a trip to the Gulf Coast for the girls, and I think that's a cool trip. I mean, yeah, that when we first started doing our boys trips, me and my friends back home, our very first boys trip was on the Gulf Coast. That was the very first trip that we took as a group of friends was on the Gulf Coast. Letitia asked Carrie to help her with the brunch. She says that she has a lot going on in her head right now, and she doesn't have enough on her to focus right now. So she needs Carrie to help her out. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't really see nothing wrong with that. I'm here for it. And that's just pretty much the gist of that. So everybody's excited about going. And then Marie says, well, who's all invited? And then that's when Carrie says, now everybody's invited on the trip. Now I'm not excluding anybody from this trip. So I'm like, okay, I guess she ain't that bad since she want everybody to go on this trip or whatnot. Whatever. So we go ahead and we get into Tambra and we see Greedy. Now, Greedy is one fine ass Mississippi man. I promise you, he even finer in person. And I don't know what it is about Mr. Greedy, but Greedy is just, I like a man like Greedy. A regular man, got a little bit of roughness to him, rough around the edges, I just, if you see Greedy, you know the type of man I like. I mean, you're seeing Bando, so you know what type of man I like. But at the end of the day, that's the type of man I like. Greedy is fine as fuck, okay? He's probably, thank you, Harold. Thank you, Harold. I agree. Greedy, dare I say it, is probably the best looking male on the show. He's probably the best looking male on this show. No lie. No tea, no shade. But out of everybody's man on this show, out of everybody on this show, Greed is the finest one, followed by Matt. Greedy and Matt are the finest men on this show. Gotta say that. But they argue about finances or whatever. And Tambra says that Greedy doesn't really like to talk about the financial situations. He don't really like to discuss that type of thing. But however, she likes to have these open dialogues because she knows that Greedy has taken on a second form of income and stuff like that. And she always have her thing out there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, always have her stuff, sitting around, always have it ready and prepared. She already had a baby fund for her child before the baby even came along. So she already knows exactly what she's gonna do when it comes down to, doing for the baby. So Greedy was like, well, have you ever gone without? And that is when Tambra said, oh, I ain't never going without. Now, that's one thing I don't play about. I ain't never going without. My child ain't going without. Like, we're not going without nothing. And so, so he was like, okay. So I'm thinking what he's saying is he's doing enough, but for them not to go without. But I think that Tambra really needs him to come through and do a little bit more. But I do think, and maybe it's just me, but if a man is trying, if a man is trying, then let that man try. Let him do what he got. Let him do his due deals. If a man is trying, he's trying. And I don't think that you should like down him for trying. You feel what I'm saying? But just give him a shot. Like, let him show you that he's trying. But I also understand that trying is one thing and almost doesn't count, as Brandy would say. But you know what I'm saying? I do feel as though Greedy may need to do a little bit more than what he's doing. So Tambra can be happy and so she can be more confident in the things that he does for the sake of their children, for the sake of their child. You feel what I'm saying? So but I also feel like a conversation about finances is never a easy conversation to have. Like that'll never be easy to talk about with anybody. Like when you dating somebody and you feel like you on top of the world financially, but they're not, that's always going to be like a problem. That's always going to be like some kind of problem or some kind of thorn in the side. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I think. But hopefully Tambra and Greedy can, get everything together so they can be equally yoked, in my opinion. Um, let's go ahead and get into Latrice and Cliff. So she said that she got the text message from Carrie about the Biloxi trip. And she's not necessarily excited about the Biloxi trip because she says that she's been calling Letitia. She's been trying to have a conversation with Letitia. And there's nothing but a bunch of tension between the two of them. So she really don't know how this trip gonna go. She doesn't know she's gonna be attacked. She doesn't know anything right about now. So she don't know how this trip gonna go. And she's not really looking forward to it. So Cliff comes in and she's packing for the trip. And then he says that he got a surprise for her. So he take her downstairs and he surprises her with dinner. And she said, "You must have got somebody pregnant." And when she said that, I'm like, well, why is that the first thing that come out of your mouth is if he got somebody pregnant? Like, why would you say that? And so, but she's thankful for him, having the food prepared and all that type of good jazz. So after that, Latrice and Cliff start talking about the pool party and how she feels about it. And she says that she feels bad for how everything went down. And she said, yeah, she know that Amanda told her about the DMs and she didn't want to say nothing because she didn't want to be a part of it. But she's not responsible for any grown woman in her actions and what she does. And if you really want me to be real about it, she's really not responsible for any grown woman and what they choose to do. I mean, she's just not. She's not responsible for that. Like my thing is this: why should she be responsible? I'm just asking. Why should she be responsible for what the fuck Amanda chose to do? Amanda chose to put him on blast, just like Glenn chose to be in her DMs, just like Glenn chose to do some weird shit behind Letitia's back. So, yeah, I don't think that she should be fully to blame for this situation. And I just think that it's easier to blame Latrice because they don't like her. No matter how much they try to make it seem like this is a collective and this is a sisterhood and this is whatever, I just feel as though she should not be, they don't like her, so they're gonna blame her for every damn thing. And I don't care at the end of the day. I don't really think that, I think that when it come down to it, Latrice was gonna be, she was in a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. Number one, she's friends with both Amanda and Letitia. Number one, being friends with Amanda the longest. Number two, when Latrice last told Letitia something dealing with her husband, as far as like where she heard that there was a baby out there and things like that, she told Letitia. And remember that first reunion, Letitia was mad with Latrice then. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody made it look like she was being the snake by telling, Letitia that shit. Even Glenn was mad at Latrice for that. So anytime she's ever opened up her mouth and told Letitia anything about her husband, she got blamed for it. So in this situation, it involves Letitia, Letitia's husband, and her best friend. So on one hand, it's like, well, I got to be loyal to Amanda because that's been my friend since high school. So I don't really want to tell Letitia this situation because I don't want to rock the boat with Amanda. But in the same breath, it's like, well, I got a husband and my friend is trying to entertain somebody else's husband. So in my eyes, I feel like I may need to tell Letitia. Or better yet, ask Amanda, do you want to sit down with Letitia and tell her what you know? Because I don't want to be a part of this shit. And I don't want it to come out while we're having a group event. I'd rather the three of us sit down and talk about this so you can let her know what's going on because I don't want to be involved. I feel like either way, no matter what she chose to do, Latrice is going to get burned in the process, no matter what. No matter what. Let me see. I just wish Latrice would speak up more and say, anytime I tell you something about Glenn, you turn it around on me. So I'm not going to tell anymore. Simple. And I agree with that too. Because if I hadn't told you something about your man multiple times already, and every time I tell you something, you get mad and take them back, then what the fuck am I telling you for? I ain't telling you shit. Go find out for yourself. That's the type of attitude I have. Um, she says she's uneasy about the trip because Letitia and the drama. And Latrice asked Cliff, okay, so while I'm gone to Biloxi, where you gonna be staying at? He said, I'm gonna be at the condos. It's no point for me to be driving out here and you not here anyway. So what am I gonna do? And so she was like, well, when I get home, you need to be back home. You don't need to be at them condos when I get back home and stuff like that. And so it's kind of like Latrice is very bothered with Cliff staying at them damn condos, and it's making me think, okay, Latrice, what is actually going on with this situation in these condos? Like, is this something that y'all just playing up for the TV, or are you really feeling some type of way um about this whole situation? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why does it bother you so much that he wants to go and stay at these damn, stay at the condos? But it doesn't look right for a married man to stay at condos when he got a big ass house with his wife. That makes me feel like you staying at these condos because you want to get your freak on with somebody else. And you know not to bring them to my house. But you shouldn't be bringing them to my condos either that we got built together. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on. So back on the coast, y'all. Matt and Carrie was going through the house that the girls are going to be staying in. And Matt suggested that Latrice and Letitia sleep in the same room, being that they have issues with one another and it will force them to, confront their issues. No. You putting me in the same damn room with a motherfucker that's my op, with a motherfucker that don't want to have nothing to do with me, with a motherfucker that ain't talking to me right now. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't be in the same room. We just can't be in the same goddamn room at all. We can't be. Like, I don't know why people feel like putting two people that are at odds with one another in the same room is going to help a situation, because it's not. It's not. It's not. It's just not gonna be the type of situation. It's not gonna be a good situation. Don't put me in a room with my damn op, because I easily get up and go and get a hotel room. If I got the money to do so, I would get up and get a hotel room. I promise you I will. I promise you I will. Don't put me in a room with somebody I don't like. I don't trust them. They'll stand over me or something while I'm sleeping, put their finger under my nose so I can stop breathing or some shit. Like, that's the type of shit they'll do. Try to smother me with a pillow or something. Like, that's the type of shit I feel like they'll be trying to do. So I don't want to be in no room with them. I don't want to be in no room with Letitia. And Letitia look like she snores. You know what I'm saying? Like, Letitia look like she snores real loud. I don't know why, but she gave me that snory look about herself. She looked like she snores real bad. So now I don't want to be in no room with her. Mm-mm. Um, so now we're gonna get into Selena and Tambra. Now, Selena and Tambra were asked to chaperone the women as they get ready for the trip. And so Tambra asked Selena, has Latrice talked to Letitia yet? And then Selena says that they haven't, but she thinks that they need to talk. Tambra says, I'm not telling Letitia nothing. Yes, I knew about the DMs too, but I'm not telling Letitia nothing because it's really none of my business and it's not my marriage, so I'm not getting involved in it. And to be quite honest, I don't blame Tambra. I don't. And some people might be mad with her too. And I bet Letitia probably gonna be mad with her ass too when this reunion come on. But my thing is this: I don't blame Tamara not one motherfucking bit. The fuck I'm going back telling you something about your husband for? The fuck I'm running back telling you any motherfucking thing with the shit you've done to me? I don't give a fuck. Glenn can fuck Amanda from sun up to sundown. I don't care, and I don't care if I know. I ain't telling you shit. Fuck you, Tisha. That's the type of time Tamara need to be on. That's the type of time I would have been on. But you know, Tamara just don't want to be involved. And I don't really blame her. I don't really blame her. So Mm-mm. I can't. I can't with that. Like, I just feel like Letitia, like I'm telling y'all for the rest of this season, Letitia gonna get on my nerves. She's definitely gonna get on my motherfucking nerves. Definitely. Because it's crazy to me. It's real crazy. But anyway, child. Where we at? So then Marie arrives and then Letitia arrives. And she says she's trying to be the bigger person with Latrice, but she don't know how long she could do that. So now they're on the sprinter, and Marie asks how has Glenn been doing, and she says that this whole situation has become a setback for them in their marriage. You know, they were doing so well up until this DM situation, and now it's like a big setback for them. And she's really tired of people playing in her face. And I felt like when she said she's tired of people playing in her face, she was basically taking that time to throw a little bit of shade at Latrice. That's all she was doing that for. She was doing that to throw some shade at Latrice. And that's it. And we could say all day, well, you know, Latrice did this, Latrice did. Yeah, we could say that. But however, that's why she was saying it. That's exactly why she was saying it. She was saying it so she can get at Latrice, and Latrice didn't say nothing. But you know, I got a smart ass mouth. I would have said, so Letitia, you talking about motherfuckers playing in your face? Just say that I'm playing in your face. Just say I'm playing in your face. But I just find it odd that Letitia is up here complaining about motherfuckers playing in her face when she's the queen of playing in other people's face. See, that's the type of shit that I'm talking about, y'all. I can't rock with this shit at all. With this whole Letitia is a victim, Letitia is this, Letitia is that. I can't roll with that victim mentality that she got. I just can't. I can't. I can't with it. It's so annoying. Sometimes I'll be watching this show and I'll be thinking about the show that I'm on and I'll be like, oh girl, the way people be getting on my nerve. No, for real though. No, seriously. Like, just whack as fuck. They get to the house and they find out that Letitia has to bunk with Latrice and she ain't with it. And I'm like I said, I don't want to bunk with Letitia either because she looked like she snores. So anyway, they go on so what Carrie Paul chose to do was she put the oldest women in their own rooms, and since Latrice and Letitia are the youngest, they had to share a room. So then, as soon as they get prepared, they got to go to the swamp tour. Now, let me tell y'all, I had never been on a swamp tour until I went to New Orleans this past August when we went to the Red Dress Run. And the swamp tour was something that I'll never do again. It was too hot. I don't like being on water that long because I feel like it's too far from land. Um, the seeing the alligators was cool, but I don't want to be too close to one. Um, the boats be moving too slow for me. I just be ready to get back to land. That's just the truth of the matter. I don't really care for swamp tours. Just being real, I don't. But they seem to have had a good time. You know, Selena likes to play with baby gators. She likes to play with them. She likes to eat them. She likes all of those things. So you know, that's pretty much the gist of that. So she was having her a good time on the swamp tour. And I think that everybody else enjoyed it. But, Marie was like, they already think we country as hell. She finna make us look even more country, bringing us on this damn swamp tour. Make us all look like we all do that shit, being on the swamp and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I get what she was saying though, because like I said, people be thinking just because I'm from Mississippi, I like to eat pig feet and all this other bullshit. No, I'm a Mississippi boy all the way, but child, look, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't do none of that shit. Okay. Moving on though. They go to this dinner at this restaurant in Ocean Springs or whatever. And Letitia addresses the pool party right away. So Letitia says that she's never been so humiliated and disrespected in her life. Imagine how Tamber felt. Imagine how Tamber felt when you and Marie pulled the shit y'all pulled. Imagine how she felt. Huh? Imagine how she felt. Have you forgotten that? Here's the thing, y'all. This is why they need somebody like me on the show like that. Because I'm going to call your ass out on your shit every time. If I got to sit here and listen to Letitia scream and cry one more time about how she's never been humiliated and nobody said, baby, if I was sitting at the table, I would have said, neither has Tamara, but you humiliated and disrespected her. What about that? Why ain't nobody bringing that up? Why is no one bringing that up? Because that's something that somebody needs to bring up for real. That like seriously, that is something that they need to bring up because I'm so tired of Letitia having the floor to spout out her bullshit. I'm so tired of it because she don't deserve to have the floor for shit. Being real, she don't. She don't. She needs to be called out. And the fact that she's not being called out is really mind-boggling and is really pissing me off. Because why ain't nobody calling her ass out for real? Because everybody's up her ass. Everybody's up her ass, and I can't take it. That shit is bothersome to me, y'all. I'm sorry. And I know it just looks like, oh, Scotty, you just dragging it. You just dragging it when it comes to Tisha. You just dragging it. And I know it probably looks that way. And I'm fine with some of y'all probably feeling that way. I'm actually fine with that. Like, no lies. I actually am. But my thing is, it's crazy to me how hold on, y'all. Anyway. But yeah, um I'm just over it. And I know I be staying on this for a long time, but when I see stuff going on in my face and ain't nobody saying nothing about it, it's kind of like, so y'all not gonna call her out? Like y'all really not going to put her ass on her place for seriously trying to make herself out to be a fucking victim when she's not one? Like y'all literally not gonna say nothing. Y'all just gonna let her continue to play this victim and act like she's been done so fucking wrong. No, I ain't with it. I don't like it, and I ain't with it, and I ain't trying to be with it. Cause that shit is ridiculous to me. Like y'all gotta understand, it really is though. Like, what are we doing? And why ain't nobody saying nothing? So then she says that she feels like Latrice was lying to her. So then that's when Latrice says, what reason would I have to set you up? So Letitia was like, I was thinking the same thing. And then Latrice says, I've always been solid with you. There is not one time where you can say that I was a snake to you. But there's many times that I could call out where Tisha crossed me here, Tisha crossed me here, Tisha crossed me there. But you cannot name not one time where I've crossed you. And if you can name a time where I crossed you, you need to tell me, when did I ever cross you? So Letitia couldn't even answer that question because what she did was, but when I started replaying things in my head and the things that you've done, like you brought the Antoinette girl around, and then now you bringing Amanda around. But girl, you brought Taisha around. Girl, you was about to bring Tamara Stalker around. Have you forgotten? Once again, playing the victim. Playing the victim. Playing the victim. And that's so bothersome to me. You're playing the victim real hard right now, and it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Then Tambra says, I don't feel like Latrice knew that Amanda was going to do that. I don't think she knew that. And then Letitia then says that I'm tired of, I just feel like you've been playing in my face. And then Latrice said, well, don't be saying that I've been playing in your face, because if I've been playing in your face, then your husband has been playing in my face. And then she said, all of y'all have been playing in my face. And then she says, here's my thing. I'm both of y'all friend. I'm both of y'all friend, and I don't want to be in the middle of nobody's bullshit. And so she says, this is my problem. I would never be for people coming on the platform to come for us. Like, you're not interesting enough to have your own stuff. So you want to come on here and make my marriage the target and stuff like that. All those questions that were asked was a jab and a shot at me. And so that's when Letitia started saying, I just want to know from you, Latrice, is there anything that you've ever seen Glenn do that was highly inappropriate? If we're going to be honest, have you ever seen Glenn do anything inappropriate with your own eyes? We can have an honest conversation. And if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. And Latrice was sipping on her drink, and Marie said, there's your answer right there. And so Latrice was like, Marie, stay out of my business, and they laughed about it. And Letitia kept asking Latrice, did she ever witness anything that Glenn did that was inappropriate that she feels that Letitia needs to know? And it was to be continued. If you want me to be real, I wouldn't tell Letitia shit. You already said I'm snaking you. You already said I set you up. You already said that everything that happened was a reflection of me. You already said that we did this on purpose. You already said that this was to hurt and embarrass you. You already said I set you up. So why do I need to make this situation even worse by telling you anything that I may have seen with my own two eyes? I'm not telling you nothing. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not falling for this bullshit that Letitia is trying to put down. I ain't falling for it. Not in the least. Not falling for it. Don't care. And everybody can feel however they want to. Motherfuckers can say we're being biased. They can say whatever they want. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at all. I don't care. And it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. So that's it. Before we go, I am going to play the promo, the first teaser from the reality show that I am on, which is called The Scene ATL. We're going to get into that first, and then we're going to get up out of here.
Yeah. Say what I say and do what I will. They tryna do what I do, they lacking the skill. And I know I'm going up, running for the hills. Removing myself from the fade, I keep it too real. Bitch, I got businesses. I'm a brand house. I ain't wasting time is money. What you playing for? These rappers sleeping on me, I got hits that put the K in up. And yeah, I hear you talking, tell me what you saying though. Yeah, baby, I came in and step on the scene.
All right, you guys. So that is the teaser from the web reality show that I'm a part of that is called The Scene ATL. It will be airing in December, the second week of December, on the Stylish TV network. So be on the lookout for that, you guys. Please be on the lookout for it. I promise you it's going to be amazing. So be on the lookout for it. Most def. I think the Meet the Cast comes out next week, and so does the Super Trailer. So be on the lookout for both. And y'all will see it all right here on Scotty by Nature TV. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. Be sure that you guys pick up my novel, which is now available on Amazon and Kindle Books. It is called That's Why You're Lonely. Please pick it up. Those of you who pre-order my book, they're still definitely going out. If you looked at my shorts from yesterday, I sent out books yesterday. I sent out shorts every weekend. So, I mean, not shorts. I sent out the pre-sale books every weekend. So be on the lookout. Every time I put out a short, it's pretty much so me letting you guys know about the books and where they're headed to. I only have a few more left. We're in the teens now. We're not in the 20s anymore. We're in the teens, which means we're almost done sending these books out. Thank you, God. Okay. I should be done sending out all these books by the end of the month, which is I'm very thankful for that. But y'all, that's pretty much the gist of that. So that's it. So with that being said, be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on notification bell so you could be notified whenever video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.